Hey guys, so we're here at Lasfit once again, and we got this 2017 Nissan Versa Note SB, and we're going to be replacing the stock halogen 9007 bulbs on this vehicle, and we're also going to be doing the turn signals, okay? So I just want to show you before how it looks, and pretty much this bulb has the function of a low and high beam, so it's a dual filament bulb. Just real quick, I'll show you the low beam, just so you can get an idea of how the pattern should look once I'm done with it. So we'll get that started. I'll show you how to install it and show you the end results. All right, so once you got your hood open, you got it locked up over here so it doesn't fall on you. You're gonna go right behind the headlight. On this vehicle is very simple, everything exposed. It's gonna be just like the passenger side as well. And to get to it, it's very simple. First, you want to disconnect the actual bolt. So it just fits in, pops out just like that. And at this point, so you can get a good angle here. What you're going to do first is remove the OEM lock ring right here. So take this, twist off just like that, counterclockwise to remove it, put it to the side, and then simply pull your bulb out. Okay, it's just compressed in. So once you pop this out, at that point, you're going to put these to the side and get your new bulbs, okay? So on this vehicle, we're gonna install the LSplus 9007s, and we'll show you how to do that real quick, okay? Give me one moment. Okay guys, so just a quick comparison, just to show you how these new LS 9007s work. As you can see on the right, you got your stock halogen bulb, and on the left, you got the LED, okay? So one thing you're gonna see here is this one has a cable. It is gonna be the driver that controls the actual bulb. This is the original adapter. It's a one unit, okay? And this is our bulb. So our bulb is actually a two-piece bulb, so that means that the actual base adapter comes off. So all you gotta do is twist it off. If I can do it one hand real quick. Yep. All right, so you're gonna twist that off. Reason why you wanna do that is because on the previous bulb, since it's much smaller, it has no heatsink in the back. Just put them side by side real quick. If you try to put the original locking ring back on this, on the original, it'll clear easily. It'll go right over it like nothing. But this one, due to having that fan, you can't get that back on, okay? So what's gonna happen is, you're going to install the adapter first. So you would have it like this. You lock this, lock it. Once locked in place, all you're gonna do is pretty much reinsert the bulb. Once it's inside, it's all the way in. You want to make sure it lines up with those little openings right here, okay? So you can see how it went in there, and then you will twist it to lock it in place. Okay, so let's see if I can do it again. All right, so kind of got it in. But pretty much once it's in there, I locked it just a bit. It won't come off no more, okay? So that's how it's gonna work. So at this point now, all we're gonna do is take it back to the car and get everything installed. All right, so I got the adapter in already, so I'm gonna show you real quick. Okay, so that's the white base I told you earlier that we took off from our bulb. I got it already installed, and keep an eye on the position of those openings are. You see there's like 3 openings. I'm gonna show you real quick. On the actual bulb, it will be these, okay? 1, 2, 3, okay? It should be in like this, okay? So you can have that little triangle effect, I guess, or resembles like a triangle. Because if you have it in this position, when you turn the bulb, it'll be in this angle. So you wanna make sure you have it in the correct position, in this position, this white base at this moment. And then, as you can see the bulb, it's actually, this is considered upside down. This slot or groove should be pointing down or going down the slope, so it can give you the correct lighting pattern. Because if you have it like this, what happens when the light shines off, it'll bounce off of here and it'll give you a bad pattern. So you want to make sure it's like this, so all the light hits here and bounces up to give you the most light out of it. So if you try to put it in out of the box like this, one, it won't fit because it won't line up. So you got to make sure that once you got it in, just simply take out the bulb itself. Don't remove this. Just take out the bulb like I showed you earlier. Just untwist it, take out, leave this part locked in place, and then just flip the bulb over and then re-slide it back in, lock it, and you're good to go, okay? So I'm gonna do that real quick right now. Okay, so we got the bulb here, okay? So again, you wanna make sure it's like this, okay? So. Before I even do that, make sure you put your lock back on. I want to give you a better look. So I went and got a little light LED bar I have here, or a little block I got. And pretty much that should be a better. So pretty much just real quick, take it off and you would just put it in. Okay, doesn't take much. And there you go, you have it, it's locked in place. Okay, let's see if we can get the camera up. So there you go, it's gripping, it's locked. It doesn't take much to lock it. So you can see right there. So don't try to force it. Once it stops, you can literally try to pull on it and it shouldn't come out. You mean you got it right. So at this point, back again to the light, make sure that you have it like this when you're putting it in. Okay, try to see where it is. And it should be good right there, okay? So the previous bulbs we had, they had a little plastic, let's see if I can get this real quick. Where the cable comes out, there used to be a little plastic that held this for stability to keep the cable from bending. But now we actually put that inside, as you can see, the rubber or plastic little stability thing right there. That will keep it from damaging the cable. So that also helps us prevent having to modify the locking adapters, because we used to have to shave off some of this to allow the cable to go in here. But now as you see, it's in. Sorry for the different angles, but I'm trying to get you the best viewing I can get you. But it's sit flush. You should be able to see it from the front now. Okay. And you can see that the bulb has locked, okay? So you got it set up correctly. You can see the slope is going downwards as well, if I can get it to focus. Okay, so that's how you want to have it, all right? So I'm gonna plug it in right now. I'm gonna connect the driver because it's not connected. So which is pretty much this one right here. So I need both my hands to connect this. It's just very simple. There's actual little guides. There's gonna be one here and one on the actual bulb. So I'll show you on the other one. So just make sure these two arrows are lining up, okay? When you connect it, all right? And then just tighten up the little locking screw or cap, whatever that is, and you should be good, okay? So let's put that in and then I'll light it up for you. There's something I want to show you guys before I plug it in, is that we've had this happen before. We had customers come in after they bought our light and they're like, hey, I don't have low beam or don't have the high beam function, or I have no light at all. One thing you want to check is that once we took them apart, we've noticed that sometimes when they put it in, it might go in forced, or maybe it's a manufacturer defect where one of these pins might be a little bit lower or pointing high, and when you try to plug it in, it's just going to push it upwards and it won't line up with the actual plug. So make sure that before you connect it, you want to make sure there's nothing, the pins are all good in here. So this is the plug side for the car, and make sure that our light pins are straight as well, okay? So when you put it in, make sure they're straight. And if you have that issue where you light it up, low beam works, but the high beam doesn't turn on, then it means that one of these pins might not be even contacting, or it's not even in. It might have been just pushed upwards or down and it's not connecting. So just unplug it, check that the pins are good, and pretty much replug it back in and it should work. And if you did all of that, everything lines up and it's still not lighting up, then at that point give us a call or contact us so we can get this warrantied out for you, okay? But other than that, I'm gonna put it in now. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. Okay, there it is. this, it's locked, and test to make sure that it actually works, okay? So I'm gonna move this out of the way. There we go. So we got our low beam. All right, so I got both sides already completed. It's gonna be the same procedure as we did on the driver's side. And actually real quick, that's your high beam and low beam, okay? Check it out. So from what I understand with this new LS 9007s, the new design on them, is that we're trying to get you more light on the ground than up. Since this is a reflector style headlight, you're gonna benefit more because you'll be getting more light on the actual ground or the actual street when you're driving. So before on other installations, you might have seen that we tend to get a little bit more of a better cutoff line. And that's because we use projectors when we did that video. But when we're doing a reflector style vehicle, you really don't have any control on it because it all depends on how the design of the reflector is. So that's how it's gonna bounce the light back and shoot it out into the street. So what you're noticing is gonna be like, it has like these little peaks, but all the light is sticking to here, to the ground. So when you're driving this at night, you're gonna be able to see the actual street more than the actual, how would I say it, what's higher than that. So anything that wants to run in front of you, you'll be able to see it now even better. You're still gonna get the distance out of this because you can see the hot spots are pretty high as well. So you can tell right here, there's one hot spot right here and one right here. So you know that where that's shooting, it's gonna be hitting and it's gonna be lighting them up real nice. And then you also have your high beam. So you got more of a focus light as well. You can see how it spreads out pretty well, okay? So you're gonna be seeing even more as well. But other than that, there you go, there you have it. They're both installed. These are the LS 9007s, okay? These are new models. Right there. Okay, and what I would recommend is, like for this vehicle, there's a lot of spots where we can mount them to, where we can hang the driver on. So I used some zip ties and I tied it to the side of the fender right here, support bar. And this side I'm about to get some zip ties and maybe mount it through here, put the zip tie through here and lock it on. Or I can also mount it to any of these little open spaces and I'll be good. These drivers don't get hot, so you don't have to worry about them like burning anything or damaging anything. It's just so you don't have it just rattling there when you're driving, okay? So pretty much that concludes the installation for this vehicle. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something from it. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, feel free to let us know and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And stay tuned for the next video where we're gonna be doing the actual turn signals on this vehicle as well. So catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching.